everyone. Good morning, good evening. So last class, what did we discuss?
We discussed about conditional statements.
Okay, so we discussed conditional statement and as well as the data type.
Yeah.
So in data types, we covered the primitive data type. A subject data type. Collection data type. And then enumeration. Right? And also we learned about the conditional statement. And next, we also learned about the enumeration. So next today, we will see what is a variable. And we all know what is a variable. Just a quick introduction. Variable is any unfixed value. Variable is nothing but any unfixed value used in Apex code or program is called variable. When I say unfixed value means there are different ways of declaration for the variables. One is local variable. One is local variable. Second one is instance variable. And the third one is class variable. Third one is class variable. So let's go ahead and see practical. So when I say variable declaration, we all know that how to declare a variable. But we have to declare it integer A. Let's go ahead and practical one. Let's go to the developer console. Debug, open execute your enemies. Okay, so integer A. So if I try to put a debug, what is the value that I'm going to get it? If I try to print, what is the value that I'm going to get it?
Null.
Null. So, and right now, if I say A equal to 5, so that means I'm keep on changing the value later. If I try to print right now, what will happen? 5 is going to print. And if I change this, what is the value for the A?
10.
So every time the data is getting changed, every time the data is getting changed. It is not a fixed one. It is not a fixed one. First time it is a and the null, it is after that it is a 5 and then we have a 10. So it's not a constant value, right? It is unfixed value. The value can be changed anytime. The value can be changed anytime. Whereas in case if I wanted to make this value is a constant. I wanted to change this value is a constant. How can I make it? So we have a something called constant. We have something called constant. What is a constant means? Constant means any fixed value used in Apex code or program is called constant. So constant is declared by using the keyword called final. So how can we declare it? We can declare the constant using the keyword called final. Let's go ahead and see programmatically. Right now here it is integer. If I say final, what will happen on this third line? What is the value it is going to print? Let's say here a equal to 2. What will happen in the first? What is the value that is going to print?
2.
2.
2. And here?
Still 2.
2.
Are you sure? Because we are trying to, when I say final and I'm trying to change here. So let's go ahead and see what will happen. Click on execute. So what it is saying that final exception, final variable has already been initialized. That means as soon as I say final for the integer a equal to 2, later I cannot change the value of 2. It doesn't allow, system will not allow us to change a value from 2 to 5. So it is going to break itself here. It is not even going to come here. It will not come to the 6th line. At 5th line only it is going to break it. Because we are trying to update the value from 2 to 5. But when I'm trying to update the value, it will go and check what is the type there. Is it have a simple integer equal to a, or does it say that final? So when it says that that is a final, means it will not allow anybody to change the value of the original value. It will not allow to change. So we will get an error at the 5th line. Line number 5, it says that final variable has already been initialized. So which is not possible to change. And coming to the assignment statement. Coming to the assignment statement. What is the assignment statement? Assignment statements are specifically like a statement that places a value into variable is called assignment. So basically simple assignment, integer a equal to 2. Assigning a value to the variable is called assignment statement. And then we have an expression. Next one is expression. So if you wanted to know the heap size, go ahead and look at the debug logs, right? So heap allocation, everything will be there here. The bytes is 5 bytes is there. If you want Venkatesh, right? Yeah. In case if you wanted to know the heap size, what is the heap size for the final variable and final variable equal to a equal to 2, how much it is going to take and what is the allocation it is happening, it everything will be there in the debug log. You can see heap allocate, starting up the execution, it is a 3, and it keep on changes the byte, and finally when the value is assigned, what is the heap size that is going to be. So heap allocation here for the byte equal to 4, for which one it is saying for the a equal to 5, it is taking the 4 bytes. For a equal to 10 also, it is taking the 4 bytes. Okay, so the next one is expressions. What is the expressions? Expressions is basically an expression is a construct made up of variables. Made up of variables or operators and method invocation. Method invocation that evaluate to a single value. Evaluates to the single value. So what is the expression? Expression is basically an expression is a construct made up of variables, operators, and methods. Method invocation that evaluates to single value. So let's go ahead. What is the expression statement? So now here final integer a equal to 2. What is this? This is basically a constant assignment statement. Okay. And if I say integer, r, that means this is I'm simply declaring the variable. Simply declaring the variable. Let me declare another constant variable. Let's say this is e equal to some value. Now, when I say r equal to a multiplication of b, what is this called? This is called expression. Expression statement. Expression statement. Now, what are we trying to put here? Debug. I'll say that there is some comment. The area is plus I'm going to print. What are we going to print here? We are printing the expression statement. We are printing the expression statement. Right? So let's go ahead and execute this. Execute the highlighted one. Line number 4, something is wrong. Execute the highlighted one. Now, let's go ahead.
In the expression statement, there is no semicolon.
In expression statement, there is no semicolon. Yeah, I added it. Okay, so the output is 16. The area is 16. Right? So it's basically based on the requirement, how you wanted to declare a variable. Any program, whatever the program you write in Apex, either you have to declare a variable or you have to declare a constant variable. And you need to have an expression. These three anyway will come. For any program you write it, you have to start doing the declaration of constant or variable or expression statement. Either of one, we will be using it. Now this is fine. But in case for S object, how to do? In case for S object. So for S object, variable and expression statement, how do we do this? Let's say account. Account is my table name, object name, a equal to, we are going to initialize it. New account. So whenever we initialize it, we have to initialize with a new keyword. We have to initialize with a new keyword. New keyword means it is going to initialize the new account account recorder or account object. We are initializing the account. Here, what are the things are coming here? Variable and expression statement. Expression statement. Right? So in case if I'm initializing the patient, then it has to be patient API name __ C. You can give any variable, and then new is the keyword for initialization. New, then I'll use the patient __ C. Close it. This is how we declare the object, initialize the object. Is it clear for the initialization of the object?
Yes.
Okay. Yesterday I have given a assignment. Did we complete that? Anybody completed? On the conditional statement, we have given some exam and some assignment. Anybody completed that? No, yes.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
So please try to complete it. How many are pending? From which class it is pending, the assignments?
I just didn't do yesterday's assignment. Admin I completed. Still yet to do developer assignment.
How about others? How many assignments are pending?
Last two lectures assignment.
Okay. Raj, how many assignments are pending?
Yeah, miss, like more two assignments, madam, from last two lectures. Like.
Okay. Rana, is it your first class? Rana, Shika?
No, I still have only the maps one. I tried doing the maps yesterday, the homework, but I was stuck in the last two questions
Mhm.
about implement the map that stores the account.name list account.
Okay. Okay. Shake 354. Who is that?
Yeah, hi, today is my first class.
This is your first class? Okay. Okay. So let's go.
Account name and account list, that the question actually I'm not able to understand that actually. With one account name, how can we have multiple account list?
You can create a multiple record. You have to create a data that is dealing with the data. So if you go to the sales, let me go to the service. Account. So I have here Microsoft. Let me open this Spectrum. Details. Let's click on edit. Now I already have a name Microsoft. So what I'll do is I'll try to create a same name. Click on save. Let's refresh. How many records are there with the same name right now? 2 records are there. So it's a list.
Okay. But it's a duplicate one, right?
Yeah, duplicate one. But basically this is for the practice purpose we are doing it. How to track single and list of account. It is possible sometimes you will, in the real time you will be having the same account which is repeated. So you have to deal with the data there.
Okay, I'll try that.
So coming to the loops, loops is nothing but repeating of statement. Repeating of statement till a condition is succeed. Till the condition is succeeded. That means it keep on going into the loop. For example, if I have a 10 records, out of 10 records, if I'm looking for any specific condition, so it will look for all the 10 condition till it meets the condition, the condition is satisfied, then it will come out of that after completing all the records. So there are 5 types of loops available. There are 5 types of loops are available. First one is do while, second one while, and then we have a for loop for primitive data type, for loop for primitive data type, and for loop for collection data type, for loop for collection data type, and for loop for circle. So there are 5 types of loops are available. Let's go and see what is the do while. So what is the do while? Do while is basically same work doing again and again is called do while. That means basically it is a repeating work. Repeating work we are doing is continuously. And do while loop is a reactive loop. Do while loop is a reactive loop. Why it is a reactive loop? Let's go ahead and see. Okay, first of all, the skeleton structure of the do while is do, and then open the curly braces, and then inside this we have some code block. Then we'll have a while condition. While condition. That means we are saying that first you start doing it, then I'll check the condition. Ideally, we have to check the condition and then we have to start working on it. But this is a reactive loop. So you do the first all the work, then I'll check the condition. So that's how the do while is there. We never use in the real time, but I'll just give you the one example. So we are starting with loop. And the first one is do while.
So if the while condition is true, then it will again execute the do statement
Yes.
until the while becomes false.
Yes. So for example, I have an integer count equal to 0, right? Count equal to 0. We'll say do, and then I'll say System.Debug. Let's say good morning or good evening, whatever it is. Good morning plus I'll print the count. Then I'll try to increase the count. Now, once the do is done, then we'll go ahead and while count 10. As soon as I see less than 10, then it should stop. Perfect. So I'm doing it and I'm printing it, the value, and I'm increasing the count by 1, and then I'm checking the condition. So in this case, what will happen? So let me execute this. Execute the highlighted button. Debug only. So what happened? 0 to 9 it executed. 0 to 9 it executed, and as soon as it reached 10, it stopped, because 10 less than 10 is doesn't work. This condition is not satisfied. First it executed, right? And initially the count is 0. Now let us assume that if I give 1, what will happen? If I start with 1,
1 to 9 will be the output.
so 1 to 9 is the output. Now same thing what we will do is instead of just printing the debug or increasing the count, what I'll do is I'll create an account. Create an account record. Account A equal to, let's go ahead and initialize it. New account. Okay. So let's say that A dot, we have a name equal to, let's say that loop technology. Loop technology 1908. Right, A dot phone number. Let's give some phone number 1111, and then I'll try to insert A. So now we'll try to execute this. It's taking code 0. Now let's go ahead and execute it. Okay, perfect, it executed. Let's go to the developer Salesforce. Okay, let's go to the account. Now we have a loop of a filter here. Let's take out the filter. Okay, so do we have a loop?
New this week. Can you click new this week? And that might be.
Okay, so we have, how many we have? That's
9, 2 to 11.
9 records it created. Right. Let me take out this. Or let me put the filter, that is best. Let's say contains. So 10 records it created, 1 to 10. But what is the condition that we gave?
0 to
We-
9. So it executed it from 0 to 9.
Yes, 0 to 9 it gave. But here, the count is 9 it came. So we gave the count initially 0. So it is actually starting with a 0. So here 1 to 10 it is mentioning it, but we have a count 0 to 9. If I say 1, then it is going to be the only 9 records which will be created. The 10th record will not be there. But ideally, as a technical guy, we should not do this. We should not do this because without checking the condition, why should I start working on it? Right? It's like a start time and end time. Okay, if my office hours says 11 to 8, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., then I start working from the 11 a.m. So my punch-in will be 11 a.m. or 11:15 a.m. So based on that time, I'll start working on it. Right? I'll not do the work without, then I'll not check the condition, right? So it always we do, first we will not work without any condition. First we will check what I have to do it and
So
when
basically,
do
the
I have to
first,
do it.
first record will like it will run the first loop, and then anyways, like then only it will check the condition, correct?
Yes, but first loop also we should not do.
Yes.
First also we should not do. It should
Yep.
be either. Right now, what is happening? It is executing the do. Then it is checking the condition. Then after checking the condition, it is executing the do. That should be fine. But when you start doing the condition, let's assume that we have, let's give a scenario where I have an account industry equal to banking. I'll say that condition is account industry is banking. Okay. So I'll say only get the values which are industry equal to bank. So here in the code block, we'll have a circle and we are printing the account. Let's assume that I'm printing the account details. What will happen? First record will be printed, the account which does not have the industry equal to bank. The first record which comes in, it will print any random account. Then after the first account, what we will do? Okay, I have to check only the condition industry equal to bank. Then next time onwards, it will print account where the industry equal to banking, then it is going to print the values. But the first one is incorrect, right? So that's the reason we do not use this do while condition. It doesn't work in the real time. So we have another condition which is called as a while loop. So yeah, while loop we have. There is another one which is called as a while loop. Second one. While loop and for loops we mostly use in the real time. Second one is while loop. What is a while loop? It repeatedly executes block of code as long as particular Boolean condition. Particular Boolean condition is remains true. While is proactive. While is proactive. Proactive means first it will check the condition, then it will start doing the logic. So what is a code block here? While, then I'll check the condition, then I'll start doing the code. So inside this while we'll have the code block. So while is proactive and do while is reactive.
Is while and for loop similar?
Yes, while and for loop is similar. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see one example. So second one is while loop. And this is a proactive. Proactive loop. It is mostly used in the real time. Let's say here integer same one, integer count equal to 0. And while count less than 10 and System.Debug, let's say hi count plus hi, and then let's print the count here. If I try to execute this, So how many will be there? 0 to 9. 0 to 9. So basically, what is the difference between the do while and while? Here in the do while, what we do is first action, then condition. And where in case while, first condition and then action. Right? So let's take one program. Let's assume that write a program. Write a program to calculate sum of even numbers up to the given number. Right? So what I'll do, let's go ahead and declare integer. Let's take a variable as num equal to 20. Integer count equal to 0. Let's take another variable integer result. So result initially it will be 0. Now what I'll do is I'll do the while count. My count is 0. Count less than num. So I wanted to loop till the 20 it reaches. Below the 20 it reaches. That means 19. So what I'll do, result. I'll print the result. Result equal to, I'll keep on adding the result value, result plus count. Right now we are doing the even numbers. So I'll do the count equal to count plus 2. So finally I'll print all the result. System.Debug. What are we doing? We are printing the result. So what are we trying to achieve here? Calculate the sum of even numbers up to the given number. The sum of even numbers means till the 20. So what are the even numbers here? Let me print. Let's say here, event numbers. Let's count. Let's count. Okay, now try to execute it. Debug. What is the output? 90. So 2 plus 4. 16. Let's take this. Let's go ahead and put the Excel sheet.
Yeah, it's right.
Sorry.
It is right, 90.
Okay. So we have these even numbers. Right. So right now, how much we taken till 20. So 0 to 80, it is a 90. But in case if I take a odd number, 1, 3, 5, right? So okay. But in case if I take till 30, then what is the output? Output will be the 240. Output will be the 240. We can change the given number based on that. So how the execution happened here? So first it came. So initially 0. Okay, 0 is fine. So first time it executed, then it changed the count to 2. So what it does, 2 less than 10. 2 less than 10. So it is qualified. So the condition is true. Then it went inside. Then we are adding the result. It was 0. Right? Now the count is +2. Now the count is +2. Here before the count is 2. Again we are adding the 2. That means it is going to be the 4. Now it will come back to the while again. Now before it was 2. Right now it count is changed to 4. 4 less than 10. Qualified. And what was the previous result value? 2. And the count is 4. Right? So result is 6. Before it was 4. Right now it is a 6. Now before the count was 4. Now 4 plus 2. 6. Again it will come back. It will change the value 4 to 6. Now here again it will change 4 to 6. And it will change here 4 to 6. Here it is 8. And again it is 8. I think I'm missing something. Let's go ahead. So initially it will be 0. Right? Okay. Initially it will be 0. My result is initial, it is 0. And count is also initially 0. So everything will be 0. Now the count is increased to 2. So I'll add the 2 value. So right now my count is 2. And next when it comes here, the result plus count. Initially my result is 0. And later I added the +2. Count is 2. So it became 2. Right? Result is 2 now. And the count, it is going to increase it to the 4. So it will change the 4. So result was 2 and 2 plus, and right now count is 4. Right? So like this, it is keep on adding it and it will check the condition. Any questions on this, how to add? Now, if I change to 30, what is the output I'll get it? I want the even number, sum of the even numbers up to 30. Execute the highlighted one and debug. What is the count? Let's see. 210. So till 28, it is 210. 30, it will not calculate because 30, what we gave 30, number is less than. We gave here less than. So 30 less than 30, it will not qualify. So it did not go inside. Right? It will not, it did not go inside. Fine. Any questions?
Oh, ma'am.
So for example, if I wanted to check, so right. So right now I have this. Now this while should be executed only for when my choice is even. When my choice is even. Let me add one more variable which is called as a string. String choice. Okay, so I'll say that this choice is going to decide which one to execute, even or odd. Sum of even or sum of odd. So this choice is going to decide. Now if I say my choice is, let's give initially it is a blank. Now this is the for the even, right? Now let's go ahead and do it for example, I'm doing it for the odd. For odd, what is the count will be? How much do I need to increase? Initially it is a 0.
But no,
We have to take one as a count
one.
first.
Yeah.
1.
No, we have to initiate it with 1 and then add 2 again.
So we have to change the count here equal to 1. So for this integer count, so that means let me put this integer only specific to the this. Okay, here one more integer should start with 1 and count has to be increased with a 2. Okay, this is the even number, this is the odd number. Now on top level, I have a number result choice. Now my choice is going to decide which one to execute it, even number or odd number. Now what I'll do is I'll put a if condition. I'll put a if condition, if my choice is equal to even, or if my, let's say, sometimes we give a EV, right? So let's keep this. If my choice is even or EV, then what I'll do, I'll try to execute
EV should be with double quote, equal to double equal.
yeah,
Otherwise,
double equals to. Right, so this will be inside the integer, sorry, if condition. So if my choice is even, it is going to execute this. Now what I'll do is I'll say below else condition. Else if my choice is odd or odd, then what I'll do, I'll simply execute the odd. Perfect. So right now, this is going to decide which one to execute it. This one is going to decide. In case it is a blank, then what should I need to do? In case if it is a blank, then it will not execute the if condition, it will not execute the else condition. So that time we need to have another else condition. Else, let's say that looks like you are lost in okay. Is it clear with everyone? It's not a big logic, it is a simple straightforward logic. Initially what we did, we have written the while condition. While condition only for printing the sum of even numbers. That's what we have written here. And now what I did is I have included another while condition to calculate the odd numbers. Now we have a two whiles here. So one is for even, one is for odd. So two whiles are there. So what I have done is I have divided it based on my choice. I'm going to give the choice. If my choice is even, then it will execute this. If my choice is odd, then it will execute this condition. In case if it is nothing is there, then simply it will print the debug point. right? So let me go ahead and execute this. What is my choice right now? What is going to print right now? What it will print?
Null. So it's else, the last one, the last else statement.
Last one it is going to print. Looks like you are lost in the code. Because our choice is null. Now if I say my choice is OD, what is the value it is going to print?
The second else, second loop.
Else if
Okay.
condition.
The second condition, let's execute. So 225. So till 30th, right? So let's have this 1 to 29 is 225. The count of odd is 225. Is everyone clear about this line by line? Any question? It's fine if you ask any question, that should be fine. But understand each line here. Is everybody clear about these lines?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. That's good. That means you all are able to understand the effects. So this is for the if condition, if else conditional statement. What we have done right now, we have used the while loop and conditional statement. Inside the conditional statement, I have used the while loop. Right? So is it a single conditional statement or multi-level conditional statement? Which one did we use here in this program?
Multiple conditions.
It's a multiple conditions.
Multi-level conditional statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see the for loop primitive data type collection software tomorrow. Let's go for the assignment. So what did we cover? Again, repeating. Conditional statement we have already covered. Today we talked about the variable, constant, assignment statements, expressions, loop. Inside the loops we have talked about the do while. So what is a variable? How do we define the variable? What is the constant? How do we declare? So declare the constant. What is the keyword to declare the constant? Once the value is declared, can I change the variable value? What is assignment statement? Example for assignment statement. After the assignment statement, what did we discuss? What did we discuss after the assignment statement?
Expressions.
How do we declare the expression?
Like result equal to A multiplied by B.
And next one is what is loop? What are the different type of loops? What is do while? What is the while condition? What is a while loop? What is the difference between do while and while? Skeleton structure of do while and while. So skeleton structure. Assignment. Write a program to print sum of odd numbers based on the given number. Write a program to print odd numbers as well as even numbers based on given number. Okay. Write a program to reverse a given number. Given number. That means if number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then result has to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Write a program to reverse a given number. Write a program to check numeric or alphabet. If it is numeric, then print the numeric text, then print the number. Whatever the number has given here in the numeric, the same number has to be printed, but put the text as in System.Debug, put this is numeric and then put the number. Okay. Any questions? So today is everything is the basic to understand how to write the program, how to write different kind of a logic scenarios. Okay, if there are no questions, then we'll move on to the advanced admin.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Let's suppose we have to write a map having the account ID. Regarding to that account ID, we have to fetch the contact ID, and for that contact ID, what are the cases that we have to fetch?
Can
Now,
you repeat your question again?
Yeah, we have to fetch the account ID. Related to that account, what are the contacts, contact ID, and regarding to that contact, what are the cases?
Okay.
So how we will fetch this using the collection?
Map of, first thing you have to store the string. Okay. The string is, this is account ID. Okay, let me give here account ID. You will be storing the account ID, comma. Okay, again you have a map inside this where you have a contact ID, comma, list of cases. So that means your map is, this is a complex one, string, comma, again inside that we have a map, string, comma, list of cases. What you have to build, you have to first build this.
Inner map. Okay.
Yeah. This is case contacts. Okay. While building this, you need to concentrate on one more thing. When you are building it, that time you store the, you need to create a one more map which has a string, comma, string. What is a string, comma, string is contact account ID, new map of string, comma, string. What it will store, basically it will store your ACC ID, okay, and then your contact ID. Here it will be list of each account ID will be having a multiple contact ID. Here you will have a contacts ID, right? Now finally, when you have these two ready, finally you have to build this. In order to build this, what you have to check first, here it is a account ID, right? This string is also account ID. Now you need to check, is this account ID and this account ID both are matching or not? If it is matching, then get all the list of, here you will have a contact IDs, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically you have a three objects. Account, contact, cases. Okay, one account is connected to the multiple contacts. You have a multiple contacts. That means here you have a multiple records, as in that you have multiple records, and one contact here connected to the three contacts. And each one is connected to the number of cases. Here C1 is connected, probably connected to the two cases, C2 is connected to the two cases, and C3 is connected to probably three cases. Right? So now your first thing is that you divide this into the two conditions. One is this map, another one is this map. You will be having a two maps. One is this map one. This is a map one. Right? And this is map two. Build these two. And also you need to have another map which is a outer map. Which is a outer map. This is the main map. Right? You first build this account contact relationship, then build the contact and cases relationship. Then what will happen? You have a common place. What is a common place here? Common is contact ID for both of them. For map one, you have a contact, and map two also you have a contact. So what you do is from the map one, get the contact and check does map two has these contacts. If so, then go ahead and put all together account and contact list. You put it everything here. Because here, what is the key? Key will be, for this map, key will be the account. For the main map, your key will be the account. This is your main map. For main map, your key is account ID. So what you have to do, from the map 2, get contact and cases. From the map 1, get account and contact. Right? So now you have to merge these two into the main map. So while merging into the main map, your key point is key. Your key point is account. So if my account does not exist, if it is exist, then you take this. Okay. So map 1, map 2. Let's understand first map 1 and map 2. Okay. Now you have here you have a account and contact. Here you have a contact and cases. Right. So first what you will do, map 1 dot get account. What are the key you have? The ID, get the account ID. So what you will get? You will get the contact. You will get the contact. Now this contact, you take it, for example, you have got the contact one. Okay. Now come to the map2 dot get the contact ID. What are the contact one is there? Check that contact one. So if it is there, then what you will do, you will get the cases. Right? So first you have to go to the map 1, collect the contact, get the contact, based on the contact, go to the map 2 and collect the cases. Now all together put everything into the map.
Like collection, like collecting both the maps,
Yes.
map 1 and map 2.
Yes. So do not drive. So whenever you have these kind of scenarios are there, the 3 level down or 4 level downs are there. Do not get confused with the structure of the object. If you go structure of the object, it will be confused to build the map. So first you forget about this collection. Now you decide what you want initially. Now first I'll focus on account. Okay. I'll focus on account, and then for this account, how many contacts are there? I just need that. You know how to get for the account, for the specific account, how to get the contact.
Yes.
Okay. Now I got the contact information. Now that is a separate logic that I have written. Now my next focus is I'll go for the contact. For each contact, how many cases are there? Each contact, how many cases are there? This is another map. Now what I'll do, basically, I have a 2 logics that is written. One logic is written to get the account and another logic is written to get the contact and cases. So now what I'll do is, this is one method. Account contact is one method, contact cases is one method. Now what I'll do, I'll connect these two. I'll connect these two. This, whatever the result I have, the contact, whatever here the key is there, is it same? If it is matching, then get the output of the cases. Right? Get
In the
output.
third map.
Yes. Get the output of the cases. So what you will have, this key, and this cases. And then ultimately you will be having the contact ID.
Okay.
Fine. So why don't we give the task to others also? Let's keep the task. This is the task for others also. Write a program to get the list of cases for each contact as well as related accounts. So this is the one. Everybody has heard about the scenario, right? Do I need to explain it again? This is another program. I need an account, and for each account, what are the contact are there? Basically, I need a list of contact ID. And for each contact ID, we need a list of cases records. Clear? Assignment, the last assignment.
Can you show that paint image once again? Just yeah, thank you. Like when we have the SOQL from child to parent, okay, that time we did not need to be write if else, and whenever there will be the uh, uh, that we have faced the data from parent to child, that time we have to write the if else condition. Is it right or?
That is all together business scenario to scenario. If you are only interested to get the child scenario, you can directly do it through the SOQL. So what you have to do is first you have to write the parent query. Okay. Inside the parent query, you have to write the child query. So if you get this, this is a child query. So basically, if I have to write a query on the account, so let's say select ID, comma, name, comma, from account. What is this? This is a parent account. Now for each account, I just wanted to know the size of contact, or I wanted to know the contact list. So what I can do inside this parent query, I'll write a child query. I'll write a child query, that is select ID from contact. So this way what will happen, I'll get the account list as well as I'll get the contact list. This is also possible.
And to fill this map, we have to write if else condition in the for loop.
Yes, there are, you have to use the conditional statement, you have to use the for loop statement. These two has to be used.
And if it is the from like for contact to account, then I did not write to be if else. It directly fill the map.
Contact to account. What do you mean by contact to account?
Like I'm writing the SOQL from like on the contact, and also I'm fetching the account ID.
How are you
And
fetching the account ID?
so there will be not need of the if else condition.
No, that's what I'm asking. From the contact. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, write the SOQL.
If you are writing the key like this, ID comma account ID
Yes.
from contact, you are saying that it is not.
Yes. Yeah.
But how do you know that for each one you will get a account ID?
Because we are writing the SOQL having the ID with account ID, that we are putting the condition where the account ID is not equal to null.
No, my question is, like for example, if I go to this Edge account, okay, related list, I have two contacts. You write a query, so two records will be written. So for these two records have a same account ID. So how do you identify? Are you getting me? So
Yeah,
basically
yes.
you are writing this select ID comma account ID from contact for specific this contact, and also you will run the query on this contact. But these two both will be having a same account ID.
Okay. What I can do here is I will write the list of the contact and uh, uh, having the that list, and for the account, like in the for loop I will fetch the account ID and then I will put if it is possible without if else.
You are making your life complicated with that. Try it, but you are going to make it complicated.
So it will be necessary to write the if else to make it
I'll not
simple.
say that necessary, not necessary. Go ahead and try it if you feel that works. Whichever is the comfortable for you. Okay, whichever you think that is quick, easy, time saving, go ahead with that. But try it. Don't worry about the. Don't think about whether we should use it or not, because you will know what will happen if we use that condition. If you use directly this one without if condition, you will understand. Try it.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions before I log up? Before I move on to the advanced admin? And this assignment is clear, right? So do I need to explain it again for others? Amala,
No, clear, ma'am.
okay. Okay, then let's move on to the advanced admin. Thank you.